Hi everyone, in this tutorial I would like to show how can we actually use the Turnitin as one of the website or tools for us to check the plagiarism, okay, either for our assignment or either for our research. Now this video actually made for the lecturers of University College of Technology Sarawak. Therefore, I'm going to explain in terms of the requirement of the Turnitin inside this university, and after that I'm going to explain on how can we go about on the settings of the account, and then how can we actually create an account also for our students, and the way to upload and to see the result, and also to print out the report. Now first thing first, I would like to explain here for the staff of UCTS. If you would like to have the subscriptions of the Turnitin, first of all, the Turnitin in the UCTS managed by the IT department, and therefore you have to liaise with the department to get your ID and password. However, for the current SOP, every lecturer need to go to their head of program first to get the approval from the emails, and then after that the IT department will generate one ID and password for you to have your own Turnitin account. Okay, without any further delay, let's go to the login page here. This is Turnitin, turnitin.com. Let's go to the login, and once you have and created your ID and password, just log in directly into the website. And then this is the first page of the Turnitin. First thing first, let's add the class. So for the class here, it's going to give you two options, standard or master. Just go to the standard here. Take an example. I would like to do this Turnitin for my own class, which is management information system. And then the enrollment key, I would like to put a simple one, 1 2 3 4, since I'm not really going to use it later. Okay, the subject area, you can just choose. Maybe for me, in terms of business, there's a student level. Of course, we'd like to choose for undergraduate. Alright, now the class start date actually here is really important. Okay, it's going to start from today, and then the class end date, we have to make sure that we remember the end date that we have to put here. We also can choose any date that we would like to. Take an example, maybe on the September 30th 2020 the class will ended. Okay, so I submit this information. Let's wait. Okay, there's the class ID. This is the enrollment key. If you would like to copy it, you can copy, but most of the time I just ignore it because, okay, for this tutorial maybe I'm not going to use those. Okay, so we continue, and then we can see this is the class that I just created, management information systems. Now what we have to do, we are going to go into the class, because this is the class for us to start with the account. We go to the class, and then we have to create add assignment. Now let's click this add assignment button. Okay, let's wait for it for a while. Okay, now this is assignment title. Take an example. This is for the individual assignment. Okay, individual assignment, and then the point value is optional. This is the start date, which is 15th of July today. The due date here, okay, we need to make sure that it's before 31st of September, right? So it's up to us. We'd like to change the date, okay, maybe to August. Of course, no problem. Let's say August 31st. And then this is the post date. Post date means starting from which date that the student can already see if you given mark to them using the Turnitin. Alright, okay, for now actually I just would like to put only 23rd of July, yeah, because I'm not sure, or maybe we can just put it, yeah, the same with the due date here. Should be no problem at all. Okay, but what I would like to focus here is on the optional settings here. Many people ignore these optional settings, but for me it's very important. I will show why. Let's go to the optional settings. Okay, we can put any special instructions here. Maybe we can tell them actually how much percentage of the plagiarism plagiarism that we allow them, whether it's 10%, 20%, 30% or something like that. Okay, well, I will not going to put it there for now. And then here, allow submission after the due date. It depends on the lecturer. Similarity report, generate similarity reports for submission, definitely yes. Generate similarity reports for student submission, of course, no problem at all. So we can choose here, immediate first report is final, immediately can override, right? Or on due date, it's up to the lecturer. But for me, normally most of the time I just choose the default one. We would like to be stricter, then we choose no here. Yeah, we choose no. Okay, but if we would like to give a little bit space for the students, then we can choose yes. Okay, because it's exclude. Okay, but on default, most of these are actually included. So exclude no, exclude small sources no, allow students to see similarity reports, this must be yes. It's still up to the lecturer if they don't want the student to see their own reports or on results of the plagiarism. Yeah, but most of the time we have to allow them to see. Alright, now what I would like to inform here is the submit papers. There are two options here. If we click the drop down button there, standard paper repository and no repository. What is repository? It means that it belongs to the UCTS, the institution. Okay, take an example. If the students actually already put their assignment into the Turnitin, which created by the lecturer, that particular assignment after the due date will automatically be put inside the Turnitin of the UCTS database. It means that that database belongs to the Turnitin, but under the category of UCTS. So that particular assignment cannot be copied, okay, cannot be plagiarized by any students anymore, because it belongs to these particular students already, right? So this is very useful actually if we don't want that assignment to be copied by any other students later, especially maybe the junior. Okay, and so we can choose standard paper repository. Okay, but we have to make sure that we face this kind of problem so many times in terms of research. Now, in terms of research, take an example, maybe final year project. Some students, they would like to actually submit their papers into Turnitin many times, maybe one time, two times or three times. Now this is the mistake happens actually. There is no problem for the lecturer to help students to submit their papers into the Turnitin several times, but just have to make sure that the due date of that class of the Turnitin that we created just now, to delete that submitted paper before the due date of the class, because after the due date of the class and then we choose standard paper repository, that particular paper is going to be considered as belongs to the Turnitin database already, and it's belong to the UCTS. So even though that paper is not final, already considered as published, something like that. A plagiarism index is going to show 100% or maybe 90% and above. But the point here, I just would like to say that if the students of the final year project would like to send their paper several times, just make sure that all those papers that have been submitted and then the report already generated by the Turnitin, make sure that those papers has been deleted, right? Unless for the final papers. The final paper, no need to delete, let it be there until the due date, and that particular paper is going to be included inside the Turnitin database under the UCTS as the institution. Okay, I hope everyone understand on this one. Okay, that's for the this part, submit papers too. Okay, my advice is to put it as a standard paper repository, but please make sure on the due date, yeah, like I mentioned just now. And then there is a search options here. This is definitely depends on the lecturer, yeah, whether if they would like to be strict, okay, then they can just tick all of these as the sources that going to be checked by the Turnitin in order to determine the level of plagiarism, okay, for the students' papers, okay, or our own paper also, no problem. So, but if we would like to be a little bit lighter to the student, then we can actually untick, like, you know, some of them, like periodicals, journals and publication. Maybe we don't want turn it into to search, okay, in these sources, you know, okay, and then any kind of, or any of these three, yeah, current and archive, internet or student paper repository is this one lah. So it means it's up to the lecturer, but most of the time, okay, we need all these three report actually for research. Yes, we need all this. Okay, so finish on that part. So this is online grading. Most of the time I will not grade my paper on using the Turnitin because it's a little bit complicated. I recommend to use Google Classroom, yeah, because it's better, easier, and then also it has a rubric over there for us to create. Okay, and then this is for the grammar checking, yeah, any problem with the grammar is going to be pointed by the Turnitin. Okay, and then all this one actually in terms of the grammar just now. And okay, this one, if you would like to use the same default settings for any other future assignments, yeah, then we tick on this part here and we submit. So once submitted, we already created our assignment. Yeah, this is assignment for the class called Management Information Systems. Right, in order for us to submit, we can just go to the more actions here. Then we click, we can edit the settings, we can submit, we also can delete this particular assignment. Okay, but another important thing that I would like to stress here, that how to add the students. Okay, why actually it is important to add students into the assignment or into the class? It's easy for us, easier for the student. We just go to the view here and then we go to the students here, right, and then we choose this add student option. All right, from this add student option, first thing first, we have to put their first name and then we put their last name, and lastly we put their email address. Okay, we have to make sure that this particular information will be sent to the student, because once we submit and then we click this button here, the students, the particular students, into their email address that we put here will receive two emails from Turnitin. One email actually to confirm and another email to create the ID and password. It means that the first email that they receive, the Turnitin will ask for the first name and also their last name, the one that being used to register the account, which is this particular information. Based on my experience, so many students actually they put a wrong first name or wrong last name, and then therefore the Turnitin will inform them there is no such information in their database. So my advice is to inform students what first name that we put for them and what last name did we put for them, to make all the work easier. All right, so we're done on that part. For the enroll of a student. So once they enroll, now student can submit their own papers to the Turnitin, and then once the Turnitin generate the report, we as the owner of the account can see, the student also can see the result. Okay, but please make sure, and this is a very good reminder actually, student only can submit one time. If they would like to submit the second time, the owner of the Turnitin, which is the lecturer, need to delete the first submission. Once deleted, then only the student can submit another one. Please remember. Alright, so once done that one, student receive their emails and then they submit their report or assignment or final year project, okay, or research. Then we can just go to the assignment here, okay, to see the submitted papers. All right, okay. I would like to show actually to everyone how does it look like, okay, if the student already submitted their papers, or we ourselves submit our own papers into the Turnitin. It's very easy. So if you would like to submit, okay, we just go to the view here, also possible, or also we can go to here and then click this submit button. Okay, but for this tutorial I will go to this view here, all right, and then I will go for submit file. Okay, since this submission actually not for the students that registered, so we only have one option here, which is non-enrolled student for the example. So first name, let me put my name over there for the example of this tutorial. Right, and again the submission title, maybe I just put report as a submission title. Alright, and then for the sources, we can just choose from these options here, choose from Dropbox, choose from Google Drive. Okay, but for this tutorial I will go to choose from this computer, and then let me choose this training report final example only. Right, and then I upload. So once uploading, it's going to take some time to do the process depending on how big is the file. Okay, once done, it will give you the summary report of the submissions, and we just confirm. Once confirm over there, now let's go to the assignment box. Please remember this, that some similarity report is going to take several hours, even 1 or 2 days. So yeah, just wait for it, but most of the time it will come out with result, or it will generate result within around 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, so let's wait for this one. Okay, normally I just refresh my browser. Yeah, yes, as we can see, my similarity report already came out. Just click on the report here, click it, and then this will come out. Okay, alright. Okay, actually for the first timer, okay, the report will not come out like this. It will come out in this way. I will show. Yes, it's supposed to be this one first. Yeah, for the new for the new user, it will come out in this way. This report consists of 3% similarity, okay, in terms of index of the Turnitin, and then we can actually see which part. Yeah, take an example, this one is 2%. Okay, so I can click here, and then it will show me actually which part of it, so we know, or the student will know which one to change later, yeah, in order to lower the similarity index of their Turnitin report. And then we can just go to the other, okay, to see which part actually, for this particular one, this is the color of the red, so this one came from the skincanceronly.com.au, right? So these are the part for the second one, and then we can still keep using looking for it. Yeah, and then also we can check this one, and then it will show us actually, yeah, only one match. Okay, only one here, then okay, this color here. Okay, so for the report, there are several options for us to print it out. It's either that we go to this option here, okay, print and download. Then most of the time, if we would like to print the current view, then we choose this one. This is digital receipt actually. Yeah, some institution maybe they require this one, but most of them are not. So we just focus on the download PDF of current view for printing. This one if we would like to download the submitted file without any report, but this one with the report, and with the particular index of the similarity. So take an example, I choose this one. Okay, so we have to wait for a while, and this will come out. Okay, the format will be in PDF, so I open, and this is it. Yeah, so this report will contain, okay, everything that we able to see just now, such as, okay, which part includes inside the similarity index like this, and also this part. And at the bottom of this report, we will see this, yeah, exactly this report. So this is the report that normally requested by some institution, or if you would like your students to show you the report, then you can ask them to print out this one. Kindly not to ask them to print all over again, just ask them to print this page here, because this is what we really need. Now, okay, that's one way to see the report. There are another way. We just go to the text only report here, and then we click, right? Okay, if we click on the drop button here, so if it show highest matches together, then this is how it looks like, right? Okay, and then we can actually also print this report like this. Okay, you can print it out, no problem at all. And then if we want to change it, we change another one, show matches one at a time, and then we click change mode, and we change like this one. It will show us exactly which part that are included inside the similarity report, and then we can print out this one also, yeah, like this, and this report will come out exactly like this. And then also we can go to the classic one called quick view classic report, and then we change mode, and this is how it looks like, right? And then you can download and print it out also together, right? Okay guys, that's all actually for this tutorial. If you have any questions at all, please kindly to contact me. And then if you're free, okay, kindly to like, share the video, and also subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.